Now on WKRG News 5.
Coming up, 3 people were shot this afternoon in a Mobile community. 1 is dead.
They did discover a male down in the driveway.
A live report on the triple shooting next. Plus, a man breaks into a house and makes himself at home.
I scrambled eggs, made him a sandwich.
An Alabama woman tells us how she got her uninvited guest out. Then,
it took me like almost 12 hours to get here.
Hundreds of people filled OWA today, vying at a chance of becoming part of a hit CBS reality show. But will anyone from the Gulf Coast join the cast? And the Tide and the Tigers turn trips to SEC foes into victories. Robbie Baker will explain why the Tide might be just too good.
Local coverage you can count on. You're watching WKRG News 5 at 10.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jason Carter. 3 people were shot in the Birdville community. 1 person is now dead. The shooting happened at 4 this afternoon on Raven Drive. News 5's Nicolette Schleisman joins us live in the studio with the very latest.
Yeah, Jason, the man killed today died in his mother's driveway. Police haven't identified him or the 2 other men who went to the hospital after they were shot.
Mobile police created a perimeter and kept neighbors at bay while they pieced together a triple shooting in Birdville. One of the victims lost his life at his family's home.
They did discover a male down in the driveway here.
Bullet casings littered the streets near where 1 person was shot and killed. However, Corporal LaDerrick DeBose says 2 others were also hit. Their conditions have not been released. But we spoke to several people in the neighborhood off camera who tell us the victim who died was a city employee. We're told he was often seen caring for his mother, so the motive behind the shooting remains a mystery.
I don't have any details in reference to why the individual was shot.
Police remained on scene for several hours this afternoon collecting evidence and interviewing witnesses. But at this point, there's more questions than answers.
And the investigators put it together and try to come up with what took place.
Now, Mobile police say they haven't made any arrests, nor do they have any suspects. If you know anything, you're urged to call Mobile police. Live in the studio, Nicolette Schleisman, WKRG News 5.
Thanks a lot, Nicolette. And Alabama state troopers arrested a Pensacola man they suspect was involved in a deadly hit and run. The wreck happened on I-10 near Loxley. Troopers say 48-year-old Ronald Sims is charged with leaving the scene of an accident. It happened around 11 o'clock Thursday night. Troopers say Mario Azzaro walked into traffic and then was hit. Early Friday morning, troopers found a 2002 Chevy Avalanche at a gas station on Highway 59 and County Road 64. Alabama troopers contacted Florida Highway Patrol to help find the owner. Sims was then taken into custody in Bay Minette and booked into Baldwin County Jail. He bonded out this morning. The Faith Academy community said a final goodbye to Charlotte Skoda. She lost her life in a fatal hit-and-run accident this week. She was a casualty in a crime spree Tuesday morning, which eventually led to the arrest and 6 charges for Bailey Hobson. Throughout the week, the school held memorials in Skoda's honor. There were balloon releases and services remembering the former teacher and principal. The man police say took her life is now behind bars. Hobson was escorted from police headquarters to Metro Jail yesterday after he was released from the hospital. Police say he beat up his girlfriend at Walmart, then smashed into Skoda's car, killing her, only to steal a Good Samaritan's car who stopped to help and then drove off. Hobson told News 5 yesterday he was sorry for what he did. He said he should have died in the crash, not Skoda. Hobson now faces 6 separate charges, including DUI manslaughter, leaving the scene of an accident, robbery, kidnapping, and domestic violence. He's currently being held without bond. A Florida city leader is charged with second-degree murder after police say he killed a suspected shoplifter. Lakeland City Commissioner Michael Dunn is accused of shooting Cristobal Lopez when he tried to steal a hatchet from the commissioner's store earlier this month. Police say Dunn shot Lopez twice following an argument. Lopez died in Dunn's military surplus store. Police say the victim didn't appear to make any threatening movements toward Dunn. The Florida state attorney says Dunn's actions were not justified under Florida Stand Your Ground law. Dunn appeared in court today and was not granted bond. A man was arrested for firing an assault rifle in downtown Pensacola. Deputies say he fired a shot into the ground near Palafox and Government Street Friday night. No one was injured, but the suspect was taken into custody. His identity has not yet been released. A man is accused of breaking into an Alabama woman's house and then not leaving. But not only did he not leave, but he made himself at home before she got there.
31-year-old Tyler Love is now charged with burglary after this bizarre incident.
What are you doing in my house? And he said, waiting on my clothes to dry. I said, well, who are you? He said, I'm your grandson. Don't you know who I am? And I said, no.
That was a conversation had between Mary Royster and the complete stranger accused of breaking into her home, Tyler Love.
Every drawer in my house had been gone through. My closets had all been gone through. What he was looking for, I have no idea.
But Royster says the suspect didn't stop there.
He had went in my kitchen and prowled through my cabinets and found a toaster, a skillet. He scrambled eggs, made him a sandwich.
And still, that's not all Love is accused of doing.
He had taken a bath in my bathtub. He had shaved. I found a razor he'd got out of my cabinet. He had brushed his teeth.
But even after the bizarre incident, Royster says she's just thankful the uninvited guest wasn't violent, saying now it's something she can laugh about.
Kind of scary at first after I went back outside and called the police. Sitting there waiting on the officers to get here was nerve-wracking. But it was funny.
Love is currently being held in the Limestone County Jail on a $10,000 bond. He had just been released from jail last week after serving time for burglary and other charges. Well, it's been a bit of a rainy afternoon, but we've got a cool down ahead. Let's go now to meteorologist Thomas Givoy with more. Hey, buddy.
And we can actually feel that cool down if you walk outside now. Today, we even saw our temperatures climb into the upper 80s for highs. It wasn't a record day, but we got rather close. And I want you to focus on our morning low. It was around 67, 68 degrees. So let's go ahead and pull up that graphic full screen. We started this morning at 67 degrees. Again, keep that in the back of your mind. As we went through the afternoon, Jason mentioned it. We saw a few showers and thunderstorms. Kelly Woods captured this thunderstorm moving across Mobile Bay and what looks like the beginning stages of a water spout on the right-hand portion of your screen. Never came to be, but all in all, anytime we see a thunderstorm move across Mobile Bay, always a possibility, even though that doesn't mean that there was a chance of tornadoes. A radar, we're starting to see all those showers and thunderstorms move offshore. That cold front now dipping to our south, and that's allowing for cooler air to begin to move in. Like I said, keep in the back of your mind what our morning low was. Right now it's 68 degrees, so our low temperature for today will likely occur before midnight. That dew point temperature in the lower 60s, that humidity is starting to go down. So your forecast headlines, those showers continue to move into the Gulf of Mexico. We're clearing and cooling. We're not only going to be chilly tonight, but really chilly heading into Monday morning. We'll detail all of that coming up in your forecast in a few minutes.
Thanks a lot, Thomas. And you still have a chance of becoming a billionaire. There was no winner in Friday night's Mega Millions drawing, but that means the big prize just got a little bit bigger. In fact, it's a new world record. The jackpot now has an estimated annuity value of $1.6 billion. The estimated cash option is more than $900 million. That drawing is this Tuesday night. Well, News 5 is your election headquarters, and time is running out for anyone who needs to register to vote before the election next month. The deadline to register is this coming Monday. Wallet Hub recently named Alabama as 2019's third least politically engaged state. Now, you can find complete election coverage ahead of the midterms on our website, WKRG.com. Just click on News, then Your Election Headquarters. The campaign trail this week heated in the race for the governor's mansion. Democratic hopeful Walt Maddox is trying to make a case against Governor Kay Ivey's health. A new report this week alleges Governor Ivey was rushed to the hospital for symptoms of a stroke back in 2015. He said there was a cover afterward to hide the incident, but he alleges it's not about her health, but her integrity.
This is not about Governor Ivey's health. This is about lying. This is about abuse of power. This is about a cover-up. This is about continued corruption that has run rampant like a cancer for too many years in Montgomery.
Governor Ivey's campaign responded to Maddox's comment with a statement that reads in part, "The governor and her doctor have repeatedly disputed these lies and provided detailed accounts to back it up. As it relates to the officer, that's another Maddox whopper." The statement also refers to Maddox as, quote, "a lying liberal." The general election will be held November 6th. Coming up, we are 1 week away from our annual Ace of Heart poker run. The event has a special meeting here at News 5. We'll tell you why next.
I'm more determined than anybody else here.
Well, a story of persistence. Learn how one survivor is hoping today's Gulf Coast audition will send him to an island with a chance at cash.